Hi team, Ms. Vaughn here to talk to you about what you're going to be doing with the sub. You're going to get your Trevor Noah Born a Crime essays back, and I want you to read over your essay to yourself. And then I also want you to read over the comments that I left for you, look at the grade, and then also look at the rubric criterion and read the description too to understand why you were scored the way that you were scored. And then you're going to read over this sample essay. So I think it's really important for you to read over the sample essay for two reasons. One, you get a model for some pretty good writing. And then two, I want you to pay attention to, actually there's like three things. So two, I want you to pay attention to how the introduction is organized. So pay attention to how long it is, how many details that they give in here for us to be able to fully understand what it is that they later include in their essay. And then the third piece is that I want you to see how this is one of the number one comments that I've been leaving on your guys' exit slips, that you're not making a full claim before you give your evidence. You're just diving right into your evidence without making an assertion or answering the question first. So this essay does a really nice job of starting each paragraph off by framing what their argument is that they're going to be writing about, and then they include the evidence to support it, and then also good analysis too. So this is a model for good organization, but it's also a model for how to write a good introduction that includes details about apartheid. So that's why I want you to read this before you begin planning your essay for the Sapamla poems. Okay, you should have your paper 2 prompts. And remember that there are 4 paper 2 prompts to choose from, and you were only going to choose one. So by the end of class today, I think that you should have done, you've read through the sample essay, you looked at how they organize, you look at how they guide their paper with their different arguments, and then you're going to choose your paper 2 prompt, 1 out of the 4. And then you also need to think about, okay, what evidence or what poems am I going to be using in order to answer the question? So once you do that, you need to think about, okay, how am I going to answer the question? And you're going to go about outlining your essay. So there's 2 different ways that you can organize your essay. And so if you haven't been paying attention, I suggest that you pay attention right now. 2 different ways to organize your essay. One way to organize would be 1 body paragraph about 1 poem, 1 body paragraph about a different poem, and then 1 body paragraph where you compare and contrast the 2 poems together. Okay. Or if you feel like the 2 poems do things very similarly, you can think about your 2 poems together, and in each body paragraph, you're going to be comparing and contrasting as you work through. So what that would look like is if I'm writing my essay on In Search of Roots and the Odyssey, I might do 1 paragraph about the Odyssey, 1 paragraph about In Search of Roots, and then 1 paragraph about something that the Odyssey and In Search of Roots both have in common. The other way, second way that you can organize this is that, okay, body paragraph number 1, you might say, okay, both In Search of Roots and the Odyssey, they're told from the point of view of the colonized. Okay, so then you'd find your evidence and you put it in there. Point number 2, you're going to think of something else that maybe they share, and you're going to put that in there. And then point number 3 could be maybe a difference that differentiates the 2. And you're going to put that here. So however it is that you are thinking about the poems, you need to decide how you want to organize. I will say that if you do 1 poem and then the other poem and then combine both of the poems, you need to be building your argument as you go. So like each paragraph should maybe be a little bit longer because you need to be doing the compare and contrast as you develop your writing. So what that would be is if I'm writing about the Odyssey for paragraph number 1, I'm also going to write about the In Search of Roots for paragraph number 2. But then I also need to explain how In Search of Roots does whatever it is that it does differently or similarly to the Odyssey. So do you see how it builds? And then for the last one, if you're including both poems in there, you're going to have to give like a little bit more contextual details in order for the reader to fully know that you understand what it is that you're talking about. So each paragraph builds. Okay. Outline format is in Canvas. There's an assignment on Canvas that says paper 2 outline. So work your way through here. Do this on a line sheet of paper. Do not do this on a Google document. Okay, I'm going to say it one more time. Do this on a line sheet of paper. Do not do this on a Google document. You're going to be able to bring your outline only and then your reader with you to class on Monday, Tuesday, when you guys write your essay. I said this once before and I will say it again. The number one reason why a lot of you did not finish your essay is because you walked into that essay without preparation. So you're being given today, Wednesday, and also Thursday, Friday for you to prepare for this essay, for you to be able to write a full essay, intro, 3 body paragraphs, very, very short conclusion in that 90 minutes that we have together on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Okay, I know that you can do this. I know you know that you can do this. Now's the time to use your brain, put all those pieces together. You guys have been listening to some really great presentations. You've been taking some great notes. You've been completing some really excellent exit slips. So thinking about all of that combined, now you're really going to just like centralize, focus, synthesize your ideas to write this essay. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. Again, by the end of class today, you should have read over your Born a Crime essay. You should read over the sample essay, decide what prompt it is that you're going to answer, and then choose your poems that you're going to use to respond to the prompt. And remember, 2 poems minimum. So if you want to do 3 poems, then you're going to be including maybe 1 paragraph per poem, but you're really going to be developing that compare and contrast as you evolve your argument throughout your essay. Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions, email me. Be nice to the sub, be nice to each other, be nice to yourself, and I'll see you Thursday, Friday.